200 years ago, they were looking for a cheap food source, and they asked the British Admiralty to try and find the food source, and they knew of breadfruit down in Tahiti. And so they commissioned Captain Bligh to go down and find the breadfruit. When he got there, the breadfruit had just germinated and could not be transplanted, and so he had to send his sailors ashore for about 5 months, and they were literally living in heaven on a South Pacific island. They all fell in love. Some took wives. They all took girlfriends. And then 5 months later, when Captain Bligh decided it was time to go back to England, nobody wanted to go back to England. And that's kind of where the mutiny started. This ship was built in 1960 for the 1962 Marlon Brando movie. It was supposed to actually be burned in that movie, but Brando said that if you burn the ship, he wouldn't finish the movie. So as a result, we have this ship today. It's also been featured in quite a few other movies. The most recent one was Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3, but it was also a Monty Python Yellowbeard. It was in Treasure Island with Charlton Heston, so that's quite a movie history. Being the captain of a ship like this is absolutely going to be one of the best jobs in the world. Today, we still operate the ship the way they did 200 years ago. We use sextants, we use dead reckoning. We do it the way they did 200 years ago. But I also have the luxury of having all the modern day safety equipment. We have the GPSs, we have the radars, we have all of the modern equipment and tide tables, so that I have the best of both worlds. I actually started with the Rose probably about 18, 19 years ago, and worked here out of Bridgeport, even though the ship sailed all over at that time. That's kind of where I got my square rig experience, was right here in Bridgeport, sailing with the Rose. I guess I never quite got Bridgeport to be a home yet. I'm actually from Florida. My wife and I have been married for about 15 years, and we figure we have a cumulative total of about 3 years together.
Because you're always out of the water.
I'm always out on the water. The Bounty travels quite a bit. We probably average about 25 to 30 port stops a year. Last year we were in Europe. We did Ireland, Northern Europe, Holland, Belfast. We did a lot of Northern Europe ports last year. The year before that we were out in the Pacific doing the West Coast. I went out as far as Galapagos and things like that. This year, we're doing a trip up the East Coast. We'll be spending the summer up in the Great Lakes, going inland as far as Duluth, Minnesota. And then we'll be coming back out, probably going into the shipyard in the fall to get the bottom painted and minor work done on it. And then back down to Florida for next winter. And then the following year, we'll probably leave in early spring and head back to Europe again.